Jason Herzog is ready to get the first bout underway here on our preliminary card of Cage Warriors 126. Thanks again for joining us here, Enrique Marte in the red corner with the black trunks.
First round, fight, are you ready? Are you ready?
And Cody Davis, white trunks in the blue corner. And Davis out very, very fast to the center of the cage here. Early blows traded very swiftly indeed. These flyweights, such a fast, dynamic style.
It always feels like they're moving fast forward whenever you're watching the flyweights, and that's why I love that weight class. I was really bummed when the UFC started to get rid of them, but now they're bringing them back in, and it really is a unique weight class in their speed and their technique.
Yeah, Davis looking to work on the outside at the moment. Very wide split style. Jens, you seeing anything in the stances of these two so far?
You know, the one thing that I like is the way that Marte, he's kind of controlling the center, and it's up to Davis. He's he's out on the track, moving around the cage and trying to create that movement. But the one thing that Marte is doing good, he's controlling the center, and you know what I mean, and he's not getting over assertive, he's not getting over aggressive, and he's just trying to stay a little more focused. I like the way that Davis is moving, just kind of getting him, like, looking for that setup, looking for his opening, that feeling out process. It's kind of almost understandable at the moment, especially saying they fought each other once. So that's one thing that I'm noticing here, but I like the aggression when he does come in. I like how Marte, he throws the combination when Davis comes in.
Yeah, it's Marte pushing the action forward in the center of the cage at the moment. A lot of lateral movement on the outside from Cody Davis, biding his time. Not too many shots, but they tie up here. It's a good overhook whizzer from Davis, but he's driven back against the fence. No dominant head position yet for either fighter. They're trading in this over-under position.
And I am surprised I haven't seen Cody go for any takedowns yet. I know he loves to be on the ground. He loves to hold his opponent. So I'm interested to see what happens once it does get to the ground.
Well, he's got to turn this position around first, and the beautiful high underhooks from Marte there. You see he gets the head involved up underneath the chin. That's good work from David. I spoke too soon.
Nice somersault back and forth with that over-under. It's always a tough position again. Battling, they're throwing knees. You can see how Marte gets in with that head right there, really sticks it in the pocket, and that starts to make Davis. See how he has to look away, so he's got to get that back. That's how we get the false lateral ear most of the time as wrestlers. That head back and forth, smashing on the ear, but that head in the pocket, very good spot right there. See, it's uncomfortable when you're stuck looking away, and you know what I mean, where you look at Marte, he's right underneath it. If you can get on the other side, even better, but really good job of just kind of going out there and just over-under and getting in that position.
So neither fighter able to do too much work in the clinch there. Back to pre-movement phase, and that's a good jab from Davis. Marte just walking straight onto that left hand.
Yeah, he's waiting a bit. He's looking for Marte to jump in. But Marte's being very measured. He's doing a good job of just keeping him up against the fence, like Jens was saying, and cutting him off when he moves laterally.
And then we're perhaps seeing the value in the amount of amateur fights these two have had. You know, they're coming with shorter professional records, but no shortage of experience. Marte again pressing up against the cage here. We've seen a few exchanges of knees, no elbows in this clinch position yet though.
You know, it's kind of one of the things, like, nobody wants to throw because they're so busy jockeying for position upstairs, pummeling, that if you throw that punch, that's an opening. And they're both really doing a really good job of keeping their openings tight, keeping the chest, the head, they're battling right there, and just only throwing knees because neither one kind of wants to let go and give up that moment, really start that. That's what happens. We get stuck in an over-under position that nobody wants to give up an inch, and if we throw a punch, it can happen.
The re-pummel from Marte is so quick there to turn around. Anytime Davis has got a dominant position against the cage, Marte's immediately reversed him. That's the first time you've seen a level change, but very easily shut off by Davis.
You know, and that's that problem. He has that underhook, that gives him that opening, so that arm of Marte got stuck up, and Davis was able to throw it by, and he changed levels, but he couldn't get it.
You got to fire though, more than one.
We hear the corner of Cody Davis calling for more offense, more output, and particularly more combinations.
And he hits it back. That was a nice overhand he just landed, and the more Cody Davis stays on the outside, the more he's going to eat those. So Enrique is doing a great job of just throwing his left hand when Cody Davis moves to his left, and throwing his right hand when he moves to his right.
There it is, good 1-2 overhand right there to pop Davis, but Davis goes in on a single leg.
Yeah, picking up the single leg here, looking to run the pipe, but all he can do is drive back to the cage. He's in on the hips, but
good job of sprawling and digging in for that hand.
So deep with those underhooks.
And that head position, too, that's really keeping Cody Davis stuck on the fence. And every time he reverses it, he's able to get that head position right back there. The head controls where the body moves. So if you can't get your head free, you're going to be stuck there for a while.
Well, the last 10 seconds in this first round, not too much action going on at the very end there, but a good first round for both guys. Still a little bit of a feeling out process. If you had to hedge your bets, folks, which way are you going with this opening round?
Me personally, I like the way that Marte, if you're going by ring generalship and you're going by confidence, how do you get 3 people to believe in what you're doing? And he just seemed like he was the more poised, more confident fighter.
Let's take a look at some of the replays from that first round. These are the early jabs from Cody Davis, and there were a couple of good stiff lefts in there.
Nice.
Working on the outside again, firing. Ate a little cut kick there, but let's take again a look at some more output from Davis with a short elbow on the inside. I have to say, there was a reasonable amount of output from Marte as well. I did feel like he got a good volume of strikes off throughout that first round.
That was one thing. I liked his generalship. I liked the way he was kind of controlling. He seemed like he was more in control, keeping the center. But I liked the way that Davis is in, throwing punches out, but there was still a lot of clinching happening.
So our second round about to get underway here. Referee Jason Herzog calls a start to the action. Davis again out to the middle, but we're back quickly to Enrique Marte taking the center of the cage. Davis moving around on the outside here.
I like how Davis is putting everything behind that jab. As he's circling towards the jab hand and just sticking it out there, pumping it out there. And it's one of those things where he's already gone. When Marte tries to throw that punch, Davis is already popping that jab and he's off. Popping that jab, he's off. You can tell he's finding his range and doing a really good job. He's understanding, he knows right where he's in and out, knows how to control it a little bit. And it's up to Marte. Once again, he pushes in and bullies.
Yeah, looking for control up against the cage here. Both these guys are carrying some good momentum in. You know, we spoke in the walkout, Cody Davis coming off a win just a month ago, a submission victory in the first round. But Enrique Marte, his pro debut win was only just as recently as May. So both these guys, you know, no real ring rust to speak of. On the ball.
Make it pay. Make it pay.
And they're pretty even up against the fence when it comes to damage. Only Marte is the one pressuring, he's the one holding and controlling in that position. So I think whoever starts deciding to throw more knees, throw more elbows, start landing in that position is going to start coming ahead in scorecards. Yeah,
it's interesting that nobody makes that decision to initiate the break to get that opening to strike. You know, they kind of separate and accept that they're going back to the striking phase.
You know, there's something about that. When you're the one that's pushed, when you have that push against the fence, you can kind of push. You're the one that knows when you're going to peel off and throw a punch. You can set that up, mask it, pop off real quick, throw a shot, and right back into the clinch and really play that game.
And you saw Marte do that a little bit towards the middle of the first round, but I think he lost confidence in it because it was shucked off so easily.
Yeah.
And that was great bit of wrestling defense from Enrique Marte. Davis got a good deep shot in on the hips there, very low with his level change.
That overhand is key for Marte. The more he ducks, the more he shoots, even if he doesn't think that he's going to land it. If he changes level and shoots, that gets his hands down, it gets Davis's hands down, and then he can land that overhand over the top.
Yeah,
he's done it a few times before, but just to be a little more consistent with that.
It's that classic kind of wrestler threat, is it? Am I going to shoot or is the overhand right coming, you know?
Exactly.
But he's got to feint and he's got to make him guess.
Change the level and leave the floater behind. You change it and then fire the overhand and make sure that they drop those hands and they try to anticipate that takedown. Shoot a couple times, maybe shoot a few more times to really set that up. Good movement, good one too. For 2-1.
Davis again going to work with that jab. It's been a fantastic weapon for him so far.
Whenever you're fighting a pressure fighter, the jab is key. You can throw it, you aim a little low, like you aim like maybe just for the neck, and every time they come in hard, they're going to eat that punch.
I have to say, with the very heavy split stance of Davis, I'm surprised we haven't seen that lead leg get at least tested a little bit.
I'm saying, sitting there like a steak.
You know, and that's one thing you can tell now as Marte's starting to push it a little more. He's definitely got to do that, but then right when he does, Davis does a good job of taking the shot, changing it up. He's starting to pick him apart with that jab and really move around. And I can almost see the frustration in Marte's eyes a little bit, and then Davis does a great job of out-wrestling him right here.
Yeah, that was the closest that Davis has come to completing a takedown, but Marte able to right his hips very quickly again.
That was a really good attempt, but I feel like he gives up a little too soon. Where he has him on the ground, as soon as he starts getting up, he should shoot again. He can try to circle around the back, use that body lock that he had. There's a lot of different things that he can do here. But I think once he feels that resistance, that push back, it feels a little too hard to finish, and then he gives up on it.
You've got to chain wrestle. You're not going to get the first shot, the first instance is never really going to be the successful one. And he's had a couple of good bites on the hips, but again, it's Marte with the pressure against the cage here. Down to the final minute of this second round.
There you go, puts the combination together, mid-level double again, drops in. But again, the fence kind of run. Now right here, see when you get stuck in now, drop those hips down and take that re-shot. Use that spot. But now he's around it to pummeling back up to that stand-up position. If you want that takedown, the first one bump, then you can either pick a side, grab a leg and run him this way, or just do a re-shot, drop that hip back down and shoot again.
Again, the most vocal corner we can hear is Cody Davis is really urging him forward, and that was a good heavy clash.
See, there you go, putting the hands together.
Yeah, throwing in combination for once instead of just the single jab. And that's the first shot we've seen from Marte, but good work from Davis with both sprawl.
Their sprawls are incredible right now. They're doing a really good job. Even at the end of the second round, they're still doing a really good job of sprawling. They're not going to the floor.
Very active second round in the books there. Still fairly even, but perhaps Cody Davis getting the better of the striking in that one.
It's hard when you know your opponent already. I feel like they both prepared really well, and that's why you're seeing a very even fight right now. It's kind of hard to tell what the judges are seeing.
Yeah, so here's an example again of that jab of Cody Davis, just putting it out there and catching Marte on the way in. But as his corner said, he'd love to see him follow up off that jab. You know, the stiff jab is landing. Where are the shots behind it?
Yeah, where are those other 2, 3, and 4 punches? And the other thing is, but I think right now with Marte is he's so worried about that takedown that it's keeping his hands kind of frozen. It's one punch at a time, and you can see Davis is warming up, throwing his combinations. I like how he threw 3 punches and then dropped down and shot that takedown and tried to change it. And even then, it was still tough to take him down. Or even get in, couldn't take him down.
Yeah, Davis definitely feels like he's getting a little more loose, where Marte's energy seems to be at about the same level as the first round. He's really gonna need to step it up to make a difference.
So our third and final round underway here in our preliminary bout from Cage Warriors 1-2-6. Cody Davis in the white trunks taking Enrique Marte in the black trunks.
And he is going for that inside leg, but I think the reason he isn't going for it as much is because he's not setting up the inside leg kick. So you're seeing Davis hit that jab as he throws a naked leg kick, and that's the one thing you don't want to do because it's really easy to time.
Break away, go! Break away, go! Break away,
And we can hear the corner of Davis insisting, don't clinch, break and go. They want more of the jabs. They want the combinations behind them.
Come on, Cody, let's go! Make him pay. I need off the wall. Get
Really
off the
know
wall.
what the game plan for Cody Davis is now. What would you suggest Enrique Marte's got to do to ensure he at least locks his third round?
You know, he's got to do a better job of cutting it off. He's kind of getting in that position where he's kind of stuck plodding along behind him and following, and Davis is able to throw that jab and really dictate the range. And that's the one thing I'd like to see Marte do is he's got to kind of cut off, change it up. Where's those feints? And again, set things up the feint, where's the kick, little things get inside. Because right now he's going to get stuck where he's just following behind him.
And that was a nice shuck off from Davis, who fires a double jab, and this is the first time he's got to the back of Enrique Marte. Lovely duck under as he shot in on the hips. He's got one hook now, looking to take the back. Marte's going to try and shake him off against the cage.
Watch your hips, and there you go. Nice job.
A little bit too over-eager, a little bit high.
He was trying to finish. He knew the fight was close and didn't want to leave it in the judge's hands.
Yeah, credit for the aggression and pressing forward from Cody Davis there, but the best chance of the fight squandered, perhaps. Still 3 minutes to go in this third and final round.
Over the top.
And see here, he's in a good position where he's splitting the legs with his knee. He's in a really good position to get another takedown. Oh.
Nice power. To have that kind of power in the third round, we're able to do him up off the cage, lift him up, and take him down.
Yeah, first time we've seen Davis able to actually connect the hands behind the hips there. And no amount of wide base was protecting Enrique Marte from the takedown. Let's see if Davis can put it to use here as he tries to advance from this half guard position.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Davis's conditioning. He's grinding harder in this round than he was in the first. And Marte is, you know, he's slowing down. His takedown defense is getting a little less sharp, a little slower, and this is where he's ending up.
Yeah, I think I know what you're going to say, but it's a good psychological weapon, isn't it? When you think you get into the third round and your opponent keeps coming stronger and stronger.
Yeah, now you're carrying him and he's trying to take the back, and he's looking like he realized controlling that, just make sure those hips don't get up too high. You can tell he's totally just zapping the life out of Marte as he locks in a rear naked choke.
Oh, and that's on the jaw, but it's still very much finishable from here. He goes short choke, palm to palm, gable grip over, and he's going to look to squeeze. You can, well, gives it up, looks to switch.
Now, I like how he's sitting on that leg though, and he's stuck. You know, like Marte's in a bad spot one way, he can turn his back towards the fence to avoid the choke, and then he's getting punched, and he's got to turn this way to try to square up so he can stand up, and he's got to worry again about Cody doing a good job throwing punches getting that rear naked.
Yeah, and he's letting that right side underhook of Davis, you know, that's going to keep him against his back when Marte tries to use the cage to scrape him off. So he's got to be, you know, he can't spend too long hanging out here. This is not a good position for Enrique Marte.
Yeah, he really has to explode out of there. Try to unlink that leg and just stand up and turn his hand back. Good job. Good job, Marte.
Still in there fighting, but then again, right here, the underhook side, head in the pocket for Davis, doing a good job of control. You can have that bicep right there, throwing punches. See, and that's what you tell him, Marte's got to get his head out of there.
I believe it was a decision win when these two managed to just cut the angle around the back so nicely.
Perfect.
And that's what you've got to do, you know, if you're going to meet a heavy sprawl, you've got to come out the side.
I love how he throws in that single leg rod right there, keeps the hips in good control, and see, that's the only place you can go is you got to go on your back, and this is a good chop for Davis to control that position, cross body, and then maybe sit on that arm and just score the point.
Yeah, this could be, this is a sign of fatigue for Enrique Marte. Now, he let himself get flattened out, the pass is there, the shoulders are flat, and it's a good bridge, but there's no explosion to scramble out. Again, Davis with an opportunity to take the back here with hooks.
He is really pushing him near the corner. You can tell, well-trained. I like the conditioning. He's pushing. He's not trying to ride out the position. Constantly trying to improve. Love the leg ride.
He's so comfortable on the ground.
Move to mount for a second, move to the back with hooks. I mean, final 10 seconds here. There's, you know, the first two rounds we can argue about. The third round, very clearly Cody Davis.
Yeah, way to put a stamp on the fight.
So we go through 3 rounds. We're going to go to a judge's decision in our opening bout here. A good display from Cody Davis and Enrique Marte. Let's take a look back at some of the action from that third and final round. And this was the takedown, guys, that Cody Davis was able to finally lock his hands together. As you said, Jens, a lot of power.
Perfect job, right under the butt cheeks. Perfect way to control the legs, cut him off. You know, I mean, great job. And here he is, leg riding. And that's just got to be so tough when you're so tired. And he's trying to take your neck. He's got a leg in. You're stuck against the fence, and he's throwing punches. He really did a good job of putting a stamp on the third round.
I will say that Marte was obviously very confident that that squeeze was nowhere near it because he didn't really bring the hands in to defend at all.
But sometimes you know, right? Sometimes you know if it's on the chin. He has a little beard, so maybe there was more chin there than we could see out here. But sometimes you just know they don't have it, so you can worry more about your legs or worry more about getting out of that position than defending the choke right away.
And this was another successful sequence for Cody Davis. Again, just on the outside, working the angles with his takedowns. He gives a thumbs up to the cameras, and he thinks perhaps he's done enough. We're going to find out which way the judges have gone here. Let's head into the cage, and our announcer, Mr. Joe Martinez, is going to make this decision official.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. We go to the judges' scorecards. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the totals. 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. For your winner by unanimous decision, he is still undefeated, Cody Davis!
Congratulations to Cody Davis.